And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. The give from the gun. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll ride the hot hand. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Caught in the backfield, it's Knox. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They went 3 and out on their 1st possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete, and it also might be what is called a learning experience and one this freshman got away with.
And it's not panic time yet for this offense, but last week was a really bad performance. This week, starting off a little bit slow. They got to find some form of rhythm. They got to find some way, get a few 1st downs, get some playmakers involved, because right now they just seem out of sync.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
He wants to throw it again. Starting to feel a little pressure. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Touchdown, Tigers! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They go to the ground. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. I got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Snagged out of the air. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Firing to the right, complete. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man, just he catches the football and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll line up for a second down play. From the gun, running back gets to give. They'll stop him at the 31. Let's mark it off at 5 yards, and that will be a first down.
And a nice crisp run, great job. Maybe expecting pass, in second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
To the air on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Kelly. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This senior shows some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They're looking to pass from the red zone. It's picked off, and that's number 10. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. One final play before the end of the quarter. They'll try the run. Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the first quarter. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. First play of the period will be a second down. Leaves it with the running back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's complete on the right side. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
That quarterback has a hose. That dude could throw it through a car wash and not get it wet. Great job of putting that ball on a line to his wide receiver.
They'll go to the air on second and short. He'll off one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Wants to throw on third. He lobs one high down the left side. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Missouri!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Baylor. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces second down.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force-feed him in that situation when he's got two guys on him.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football, and now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got him downfield. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
The Rebels are marching down the field. They'll leave it with him. Find some fresh air.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Can't get him to the ground. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down.
I love defenses that can mix it up between man and zone, and I love the vision right here by the quarterback, seeing the quarterback the whole way, breaking on the football when that hand separates from the other hand. Nice job getting the deflection. Nice vision by that cornerback.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. And he'll need to show off some leg strength 58 yards out and trying to bend it in from the right side. Kick comes up short, and he's going to try to bring it back.
And I love that the field goal block unit was prepared. They had a guy back deep. They understood it was a long field goal. And, Jesse, how about making a play as a field goal kick team, basically a kickoff team, going and making a tackle?
Yeah, they were saying, we're not doing kick 6. This isn't Auburn, Alabama back in the day. And the big fellas up front, it's the offensive linemen that have to get out there and make a tackle.
There he goes. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football.
Deep shot for the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Trying to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Rides the back and leaves it.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Pulls and throws off the RPO. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Rebels can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Makes the catch. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Throws to the tight end. Got a man in the middle. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend him.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
The Rebels with the 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Got a man. It's Kelly. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Quick completion on the out. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw. And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, this happens sometimes in football. You forget which direction you're going, and you got to be reminded. You were going the wrong direction. Come on, man. We got to catch that thing. We got to get north-south and go make a play, get closer to the end zone, not start dancing and going the wrong way.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Ole Miss. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
Well, that was a huge touchdown late here in the first half for their confidence offensively. They want to be able to keep this thing close, obviously, or take the lead going into the second half. So if they kick the extra point here, you tie it up, but you've also got the option here to be aggressive and try and take the lead with a two-point conversion. We'll see what they do.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Might be changing the route. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads it downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really, really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Missouri will kick it off to open this second half. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when... And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge, and that don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
Pulls it in. It's Kelly. Makes the tackle at the 24, but from inside the 10 to across the 20 on the pickup of 15. Here's the handoff. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule, and what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
And the Rebels come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Grabs behind the line. It's Knox. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on third and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
The Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Quick release by the QB. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Swings it out to the flat. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Now facing a third and long. Off the play fake. Plucks it out of the air. Turning it on. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. That is just a perfect example of not deciding before the snap where you have to go with the ball.
Yeah, because that will get you in trouble. You can tell right away. He wants to get the ball to his primary. He's covered. He comes off him, does a nice job being patient, taking his time, hitting the drag route, getting the first down.
Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Wants to fire on second down. Moving out of the pocket. Throws into the middle of the field. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Second down, he'll throw it. They're working that left side. Touchdown, Rebels! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Baylor. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Back open in the middle. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Makes it past the marker. Still running at the 40. Racing to the right. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the third. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. Looking deep. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
Man, and you kind of wondered when were they going to cover this guy. He's been making catches ad nauseum. When was he going to get some special attention? Nice job by the defense. You could tell they were forcing the football there, broke on the football, almost had the big play.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good job by the defense being disciplined. They sneak the running back out. You see it. Keep outside leverage and go make us tackle in space on a guy that's used to breaking tackles, used to making plays.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got it on the left. And he picks up a huge... of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Gives it on the option. They make the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
The give on the inside. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him.
Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the third quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Leaves it with the back. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Trying to turn the corner on the left. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
With the run on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels! They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There were a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Number 12, set to kick off.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Right on the money. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, the good news is you got the first down running it there on second and short, but the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the fourth quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
They try to pop a run on the draw. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
And the Tigers are rolling down the field. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry. But they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of two-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified. Breaks into the open. Got the first down and more. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
Power ahead. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
And the defense gets him on the ground for the 4th time today, by the way. They pressured him. He's still done an unbelievable job making completions. But you know what? Get him on the ground when he's got the ball. He can't make something happen. Keep hitting him. Keep getting him on the ground.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. The official says no good. Still up by 8 after the miss.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Here's the pressure. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Missouri gets to the line quickly.
Well, what a great job by the defense and phenomenal effort chasing down the quarterback, getting that sack for a huge loss, and now they're licking their chops, lining up in tempo. They're ready to do it again.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Looking to fire. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, this offense is up against it here, trailing late in the game. The defense knows they're going to throw the football. 1st down, they get sacked. 2nd down, incompletion. There's no mystery what's happening here. Quarterback's just going to have to make a play on 3rd down.
Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He wants a big play here late. He's got it along the sideline. And he's brought down after making the big catch, but not before he picks up more than 40. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Great job by the defense, not closing the door completely, but stopping the momentum late in the game when you already got a lead. Nice job, D.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. The give to the right. Breaks the tackle. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. The give to the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Rebels enter the final minute trying to drain the clock. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. The offense needed something, just anything, to give them just a little breathing room, and the defense provided it with that penalty. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. And the offense will accept the penalty and move the ball forward. Coming out on 2nd down, trying to put this one away. The give on the option. Got enough for the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Rebels kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll give it to him again. To the 15. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
And the defense in desperation mode, trying to hang on to give their team a chance. And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game. And guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on 1st down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Touchdown, Missouri! Once he got some room, it was over.
And this is always an interesting because you're going to have to go for 2 regardless. I don't know if it's now or if it's later when you score, but at some point you're going to have to pull the trigger. So that's a you decision, but nice job by this offense getting the touchdown now to give yourself that opportunity to have a choice.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Here's the situation. First, they have to recover the onside kick, and maybe time for a play or 2. The hands team out there to avert disaster, and so they do. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers in the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Rush is on him. Got rid of it just in time.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. Hits him in stride at the 10. They're able to make the stop, but this offense running plays and racking up yards all the way to the end as they get the W.